Hi everyone, welcome to iQuanta. I am Yogesh and today I am starting a very special series for all those students who are targeting IPMAT Indore, and this series is 100 most important quant questions for IPMAT Indore. I have taken a number 100 but we won't limit it to just 100, okay? Once we finish these 100 questions, I'll definitely try to increase the number, okay? I'll keep adding more videos and we'll try to continue it till the exam, okay? So every day you can expect a video in which I'll be solving 5 to 6 questions, mixed questions, okay? I'm not trying to devote a particular day to particular topic. The questions that we'll be doing here will be random, okay? One question might be from numbers, another could be from algebra, another could be from PNC, because when you write your Indore exam, when you practice questions, you should be practicing this way. You should be doing random questions now, because in the exam also random questions will be thrown at you, okay? The questions of a similar topic will not be in a sequence, okay? So a random practicing of questions is always better, okay, rather than staying into a particular topic. This way you're able to switch your brain, right, from question to question, and I think this will definitely improve your problem solving ability, your thinking ability when multiple questions of different concepts are thrown at you, okay? So now how do you have to do this series, okay? Suppose you start a video on a particular day, you do not have to simply jump to the solution, okay? First of all, pause the question that you see on the screen, give it a try, okay? Suppose you are able to solve it, your confidence will grow a lot, okay, and that is what you need in the exam. These questions will be quality questions, okay. So every question will teach you something new, and I hope that you will enjoy the series. We will try to take it somewhere around 250, okay. So every year we have this special series of 250 questions that we do just before the exam, and many of those questions actually appear in the exam with slightly changed data, and what could be better than getting similar question in the exam that you have solved earlier. So that is our motive here. Let's get started with this. In today's class, our aim will be to solve 6 to 7 good quality questions, okay. Let's go ahead. So subscribe to the channel, come here every day, you will get these 6-7 questions, and if you're somebody who is also writing boards in parallel, you do not have to devote much time of your day, okay. Just devote 30-40 minutes to this video and you'll be done for the day. Fine, this way you will keep revising concepts from multiple topics. Let's go ahead, let's start solving the questions. So the first question is, how many integral pairs x comma y where x and y are between 0 to 100, more than 0, less than 1000, satisfy 141x plus 517y equal to 4158? A is given 0, B is given 1, C is given 2 and D is given more than 2. Now first of all, this is integral pair, okay, this is nothing related to integration. Integral pair simply means integer values. What integer values of x and y will satisfy this equation, and the values that should satisfy should be between 0 to 1000. X and y, they should have values between 0 to 1000, not less than 0, not more than 1000, okay. So how to do such question? See, we have this equation, okay, 141x plus 517y, and that is given equal to 4158. First of all, whenever such questions come in front of you, what do you see? This is a linear equation, right, in two variables. So a linear equation in two variables is usually written like this: ax plus by equals to, say, n. So whenever you have this type of equation and you are looking for what? Integral solutions, integral or integer solutions, integral solutions, in that case you have to check whether this equation given can have integral solutions or not. How to check that? Always remember, a linear equation of this format, ax plus by plus n, can have integral solutions if and only if this n is divisible by the HCF of a comma b. What are a comma b? A comma b are the coefficients of these variables x and y. This is the linear equation, ax plus by equal to n. N is the number on the right hand side, a and b are the coefficients of x and y. Why am I saying this? I'll explain in a while, okay. See, this is the equation that we have. What do we see here? We have 141, 517, 4158. Now, first of all, we'll see that can we take something common out of these three numbers? 141 is a small number to factorize, okay. So how do you have to break 141? Is 141 divisible by 3? Obviously, it's an odd number, so 2 cannot divide it. So let's check whether it is divisible by 3. For divisibility of 3, we have to add the digits 1, 4, 1, 6. 6 is the sum of digits of 141, which is divisible by 3. So 141 is divisible by 3. So 141 by 3 is 47. So we can actually write 141 as 3 into 47, right? 3 into 47. So can we take 3 common in this entire equation, or can we take 47 common in the entire equation? So basically this is 47, Okay, this is 47. Because 141 can be written as 3 into 47, either we should be able to take 3 common out of this equation or 47 out of this equation or nothing at all, right? So, what is the HCF of a comma b? I just told you that a linear equation in form of ax plus by equal to n can have integral solutions only if n is divisible by HCF of a comma b. So, we know that 141 can be broken as 3 into 47, 47 cannot be broken further. So, either the HCF of 141 and 517, we were supposed to find out the HCF of 141 and 517, because we know that integral solution is only possible when n is divisible by HCF of a comma b. HCF of a comma b, is it 3? Is 517 divisible by 3? 5, 7, 12, 12, 1, 13. 13 is the sum of digits of 5 and 7. 13 is not divisible by 3. So, that is the reason 3 will not be the HCF. Is 517 divisible by 47? Just do it. 41 1 ja 47. 47 1 ja 47. We will get 47. Yes, 47 into 11 is 517. So, we see that the HCF of both is 47. So, can we do one thing? Can we just take 47 common here and can we write it as 3x plus this will be 11y equal to 4158. We have the HCF of a comma b here, we have taken it common, right? Now, 3x plus 11y is equal to 4158 by 47. 4158 by 47. If you solve this, 4157 by 48, 47 10 ja 470, 9 ja it will be more than that, 47 8 ja, right? 400, how much? 8 7 ja 56, 376, right? So, 376, again 300 something will be common. So, this is 88 point something, right? So, 4158 is not completely divisible by 47. Now, you would be asking, sir, how will be able to do this in the exam? So, basically this type of question will usually come in Indore only, okay? In Indore you have an on-screen calculator, you can use it. So, these are such moments where you have to use the on-screen calculator, okay? So, what do you get? 3x plus 11y equals to 88 point something. Now, just use your brain here in this particular equation that you have got by simplifying. 3x plus 11y is 88 point something. You need integer values here, you need integer values of x and y. So, 3 into integer will be an integer, 11 into integer will be an integer, integer plus integer in the left hand side should be an integer. So, left hand side for integral values I should get an integer, right? But on the right hand side we have a decimal number, Is it even possible to put integer values here in place of x and y and get 88 point something? No, it is not possible. And in fact, we could have answered this question way back when we were clearly able to see that n is not divisible by the HCF of a and b. So, 47 is the HCF, 47 was not dividing this n 4158 properly, completely without leaving any remainder. So, at that very moment we could have said there are 0 integral solutions, not possible. But I just explained it in a much detailed way. I hope the explanation is clear. If you have any doubt, comment, okay. Now, there are some other type of questions where where integral solutions are possible and then they ask how many integral solutions are possible. So, those type of questions we will be doing separately, okay. But this is a very common sense based questions. Usually what students do is they try to write this equation as, say, x, they usually write as 4158 minus 517y upon 47. This is how they write x in terms of y first, then they start plugging in values here, y equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, so on, and then they have to do some very heavy calculations which will do nothing but waste your time, okay. So, if you want to check whether a given linear equation like this has some solution or not, use this concept, okay. I hope it is clear. Even if one question like this pops up in your exam, you will be able to pick up very quickly. And there was one question in IPMAT Indore 2025, I think the very first question, which was around this, okay. We had to do something like this. Even though they asked the minimum maximum value, you can check it out, IPMAT Indore 2025 ka first question of short answer section. But I hope now this type of questions where integral solutions are asked, you can do this, right. Let us go to the next question. Now, the next question is Rohit and Sakshi attempted all questions of a 10 question test. While Rohit got exactly 2 questions wrong, Sakshi got exactly 3 questions wrong. Find the number of ways in which they could have answered the test if the questions they got wrong did not have an overlap. Okay, very good question. So both of them have a test in which 10 questions are there. Rohit got exactly 2 questions wrong. So there are 10 questions here, there are 10 questions here. Rohit got exactly 2 questions wrong, okay, 2 wrong, and Sakshi got 3 questions wrong, okay, 3 wrong for Sakshi here. Fine. Find the number of ways in which they could have answered the test if the questions they got wrong did not overlap. They could have answered the test so that the questions they did wrong should not have an overlap. So the questions that Rohit is answering incorrectly should not be answered incorrectly by Sakshi. Yes or no? So what do you see here? There are 10 questions that Rohit has. Out of these 10 questions, definitely if Rohit has to do any 2 wrong, so this is basically like selecting 2 questions out of 10. Yes or no? What will be the total number of ways of selecting 2 things out of 10? 10C2. So once we have done 10C2, that simply means out of the 10 questions that Rohit was given, he has chosen any 2 questions and did them incorrectly. That is the number of ways in which Rohit can answer 2 questions incorrectly. Okay. At the same time, along with this, you have to make sure that Sakshi has to answer 3 questions wrongly, incorrectly, but those questions should not overlap with the questions that Rohit has done incorrectly. Okay. If Rohit has already answered 2 questions wrong, how many questions remain? 8 questions remain. 2 questions have been answered incorrectly by Rohit. So 8 questions remain now. If Sakshi has to make sure that her questions which she has done wrong do not overlap with Rohit's wrong question, she will have to choose. See, 2 questions are already wrong, done by Rohit. There are remaining 8 questions now. If Sakshi has to make sure that these 2 wrong questions done by Rohit should not overlap with the questions that she is going to do wrong. So what will Sakshi have to do? Out of these 8 questions that remain, Sakshi will have to choose any 3 questions which she will do wrong. Okay. So that is the reason Rohit has chosen 2 questions out of 10 which he will do wrong, and once those 2 questions have been done incorrectly, Sakshi will have to choose 3 wrong questions from the other remaining 8. And because these things have to be done simultaneously, we will do 10C2 into 8C3, whatever value comes, okay. So 10C2 is 45, 45 into, you can find out the value of 8C3. I think answer will be 2000 something, okay. So I think this is the answer. You can calculate it. 10C2, NC2 ka value is n into n minus 1 by 2, so that is 45, and you can simply solve 8C3 as well. 8 factorial upon 3 factorial into n minus r factorial, that is 5 factorial. I hope you know the formula of NCR. So this is 876, 5 factorial will be cancelled, 3 factorial is 6, so this is 56 into 45, which is ultimately this only, 2520, okay. I hope it is clear. Very good question, very logical question. There was, the catch was here, okay. We have to make sure that if Rohit is doing any 2 questions wrongly, Sakshi should not be doing those questions wrongly, so she will have to choose from the other 8, 3 wrong questions, right. I hope this is clear. Or you could have done it this way as well, that Sakshi will choose any 3 questions that she is going to do incorrectly out of the 10 that she is given. So 3 questions are gone, okay. There are 3 questions that Sakshi has answered incorrectly already. If Rohit does not have to overlap with these wrong questions, I mean the questions done wrong by Rohit and Sakshi, if they have to be different, so how many questions still remain now? 7 questions. Out of these 7 questions, Rohit should be choosing the other 2 wrong that he is going to do, right. So 10C3 into 7C2, this will again give you the same value, okay. You can even solve it and answer will be the same. So I hope this question is also clear. We will go to the next one now, okay. What is this question? Out of 7 students in section A, 9 students in section B and 10 students in section C, a teacher wants to create a team of 3 to represent the school in inter-school quiz competition. In how many ways the team can be formed such that all the members of the team are not from the same section? Okay, there are 7 students in section A, there are 9 in section B, there are 10 in section C. Out of these, we have to create a team of 3 to represent the school in inter-school quiz competition, okay. In how many ways the team can be formed such that all the members of the team are not from the same section? So all the members of the team that we are going to create, the team of 3, should not be from the same section. Now there are too many cases if you do it manually, okay. So many of you will be thinking, let's pick up say 0 from the first team, then 2 from the second, first from the third, or 1, 2, 0, 1 from here, 2 from here, 0 from here. Maybe I mean, you cannot include all 3 of the same team, right? So then in that case you can do 1 from here, 1 from here, 1 from here. Then there are so many combinations possible here, right? Suppose 0, 1, 2, 0, 2, 1, 1, 2, 0, 2, 1, 0, right? 1, 0, 2, 2, 0, 1. There are so many combinations. So when you apply combinations here, it will be very tough. So rather than going this way, we have to make sure that 3 people that are being selected should not be from the same team, okay. So let us do one thing. How many people do we have in total? We have 7 plus 9 plus 10, that means 26 people in total. If out of these 26, I say that simply let's select 3. What does this mean? Out of 26, if I am selecting 3, definitely there would be some cases where all 3 that I am selecting out of these 26 will be from the same team, right? 26C3 means that out of the total 26 people, I am selecting 3, that means these 3 that I am selecting can be from the same section as well, right? But we do not want such cases. So what is the possibility, what is the total number of ways in which we can select 3 people out of section A? That is 7C3. If you select 3 people out of this, it will be 7C3 ways. If you select 3 out of section B, all 3 out of section B, total number of ways is 9C3. Total number of ways of selecting 3 people out of section C is 10C3. So if from the total number of ways I subtract 7C3, 9C3 and 10C3, what does it mean? I have ruled out all the possibilities of 3 people being from the same team, because 7C3 means all people are from section A, 9C3 means 3 people are from section B, 10C3 means 3 people are from section C, and these are the total number of ways in which I could have built a team by selecting all 3 from the same section. I have deducted that, that means that possibility is gone. Now whatever will remain, this particular quantity, this will say that the members we are selecting for this team of 3 will not be from the same section, all of them will be not from the same section. So whatever comes, that is the answer, okay. You can match the options, fine. I hope you can do that. Let's go to the next question. So this question is from logarithms. It's a favorite topic of most of the students, and it is the favorite because it has a handful of properties. If you learn them, you can solve any logarithm questions, okay. So definitely 2-3 questions appear every year. Do logarithms properly and maybe you can ensure 2 to 3 questions, correct questions in the IPMAT Indore exam. They also come in IPMAT Rohtak, okay. Given A, B, C are positive real numbers and log B to the base A, C to the base B plus log A to the base C is equal to 0. Sum of these 3 is 0. Find out the value of log B base A cube. Then this is whole cube, okay, whole cube. I hope you guys know the difference between whole cube. Lot of students, they commit one simple mistake over here. Let me show that. We have been given that log of B to the base A plus log of C to the base B plus log of A to the base C is 0. What students do here is when they come to solve this, you all know that log of, this is a property, you know that log of x ki power n is basically what? N into log x, the power comes in front, right? So what they do is they write log B to the base A, they try to bring this 3 in the front, they write this 3 here, this 3 also they bring here, this 3 also they bring here, and the answer changes. But there is a difference between, suppose I take this first expression, okay, log of B to the base A cube, between this and between this there is a huge difference. What do you see here? This log expression is inside, the cube is outside the bracket. Here the cube is above this B, right, the argument part. So in this case you can write, you can bring this power in front and write 3 log of B to the base A, but in this case you cannot write it like this. So this is the mistake that most of the students commit over here. And if you want to if you want to prove that why these two things are different, you can start by putting the values of these two things, okay. I mean, you can put the values, you will get the difference yourself, okay. Say you put b equals to 10, b equals to 100, a equal to 10, you will easily get to know the difference, okay. So now, if I say that this particular term is x, this particular term is y, this particular term is z, can I say that I have been given x plus y plus z equals to 0? This is what I have been given, and I have to find out the value of this is x, this is x, this is y, this is z. I have to find out the value of x cube plus y cube plus z cube, right? Many of you know the formula, right? The formula is x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz is actually equal to x plus y plus z into x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx. Because we need this, and related to this a cube plus b cube plus c cube, we know a formula, right? We have already been given that x plus y plus z is equal to 0. So, if you put this as 0, this entire thing cancels. I mean, we have to multiply both and it becomes 0, the RHS becomes 0. What do you eventually get? You get x cube plus y cube plus z cube. You take this minus 3xyz to the right hand side, what do you get? 3xyz. X into y into z. Let's do x into y into z. So, this is x log b base a. How can log b base a be written? Log b by log a. This is x into y. Log c base b. Log c base b can be written as log c upon log b. And finally, how can z be written? Log a by log c. So, that is log a by log c. Log a cancels, log c cancels, log b cancels. So, basically the value of x into y into z is 1. So, 3 into 1 gives us 3. Final answer to this question will be 3. So, when students rush towards this question which look like this, they sometimes do a small blunder in, I would say, reading the question, misreading the question, and then they arrive with a different answer. Most of you might have got the answer as 0, right? Correct answer is 3. I hope you will take care of this. Let us go to the next question. Root, this is entire root of 18 plus root 308 can be written in the form root a plus root b, where a and b are integers and a is greater than b. What is the value of mod a minus b? So, this is not a difficult question, okay. This number can be written like this. So, what is it saying? It is saying that root of 18, then inside this only we have root of 308. This can be written as root a plus root b. So, do as the question says. You know that whenever you have such root questions, left hand side, right hand side, we have root. What do we do first? We try to square the LHS and RHS. So, let us square both the terms, okay. We have to find out the value of a and b basically, and then we will easily get mod of a minus b, and we are already told that a is greater than b, okay. So, what do we get? 18 plus root 308. It is equal to, what do you get when you square it? A plus b plus 2 root ab. In such cases, what you have to do is look at the left hand side, right hand side. In the left hand side, this is integer value. In the right hand side, this is integer value. So, these two will be compared, their values can be compared. The other two terms here, this is not an integer, it is root 308, and another thing that we have in the right hand side is this 2 root ab which can be compared. So, can I write a plus b as 18, and this is root 308. Let us try to do something with root 308. 308, is it divisible by 4? Yes, because I mean last two dates are divisible by 4. So, root 308 will be divisible by 4. So, this can be written as root 308 can be written as 4 into 77. This root 4, if we take it out, it can be written as 2 root 77. So, can we actually write it as 2 root 77? So, 2 root 77 can be compared with 2 root ab. So, this is a question where you basically have to compare both the left hand side and right hand side. Question is easy, but when it appears during an exam, sometimes we are not able to think in the right direction, okay, and we end up committing mistake in such easy questions. So, what do we see? 2 cancels, root ab equals to root 77. Can we say that ab is 77? You have got two equations, yes or no? You have got two equations, a plus b equal to 18, ab equals to 77. Can you say that b is equal to 18 minus a from here? Yes. b is equal to 18 minus a. Can you put b equals to 18 minus a over here? What do you get? A into 18 minus a, that is equal to 77. Is there any value of a that satisfies left hand side, right hand side? Obviously this is going to become a quadratic equation, right? What does it become? It becomes a square minus 18a plus 77 equal to 0. You will be getting two values of a. A will be 11 and 7, because 18 if you break as minus 11 minus 7, you will get 77. So 11 and 7, there are two values of a possible. If there are two values of a possible, 11 and 7, we know that b is 18 minus a. So b can be either 18 minus 11 or 18 minus 7. So b can be 18 minus 11, that is 7, or 18 minus 7, that is 11. But we were told that a has to be greater than b. So if a is 11, b is 7. If a is 7, b is 11. Which is the case when we are getting a greater than b? That is when a is equal to 11, b is equal to 7. So these are the final values that I am getting. These should be the ones that I should put over here and find out my answer. So that becomes mod of 11 minus 7, that gives you mod of 4, mod of 4. Whatever is inside modulus, it is returned or it comes out as positive. So even if you would have got a minus 4 inside, mod of minus 4 would have been 4. This is simply positive, okay. So 4 will be the final answer, option C. I hope this question is also clear. This is a question where you have to compare the right hand side, left hand side, okay. Let's talk about this question now, the HCF of 9 by 10, 12 by 25, 18 by 35, 21 by 40s. So such questions usually come in Rohtak and JIPMAT, okay. So as I said, I am focusing on this series so that wherever you have some concepts here and there and you tend to forget them, we will try to bring them all in these questions, so that as you keep solving 5, 10, 5, 10, 5, 10 questions every day, you are not just solving the questions, you are also recalling all the concepts that you have done earlier and you might forget, okay. HCF of what are these? These are fractions. All of these are fractions. Usually most of us encounter HCF and LCM of complete numbers, whole numbers till class 10. Many of you still might not be knowing how to calculate the HCF and LCM of fractions. So let me tell you, whenever you have to calculate HCF of multiple fractions, okay. So there are multiple fractions here. What are 9, 10, 9, 12, 18, 21 here? They are the numerators. 10, 25, 35, 40 are denominators. When you have to find out the HCF of fractions, multiple fractions, okay, you have to find out HCF of all the numerators first upon LCM of all the denominators first, okay. And when you have to find out the LCM of fraction, this is a question related to HCF, but I will tell you what to do when you have to find out the LCM of fractions. Find LCM of all the numerators first and the HCF of all the denominators. Easy to remember. HCF of fraction, first HCF of numerator upon LCM of denominator, LCM of fraction, LCM of numerator upon HCF of denominators. Here we have to find out the HCF. So HCF will be HCF of all 9, 12, 18, 21. You do not even need to do anything over here, okay. It's very visible that it is 3, right. HCF of basically you can say HCF of, you have to calculate the HCF of 9, 12, 18, 21 upon, you have to find out the LCM of the denominators, which are 10, 25, 35 and 40. This is obviously 3. LCM of 10, 25, 35, 40, basically it is 40 into 35, that means somewhere around 1400, and that is your answer, right, option 4. So similar questions have appeared in JIPMAT and Rohtak earlier. I hope this is clear. Now I will give you one question as homework, we will discuss it in the next class. It is this particular question, okay, not very difficult. This is 1 plus x square plus x cube. I will give you a hint, try to relate this with x ki power 4 minus 1. Try to find out what is x ki power 4 minus 1 and then try to think around this question. Comment down the answer and we will meet very soon with some very good questions in the next session, okay. Subscribe to the channel if you need something else, comment it down and we will keep coming up with more exam updates around IPMAT. Thank you so much.